Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 26th Annual Senior Student Athlete Luncheon here at the University of Scranton. As many of you know, my name is Randy Schmansky, and I'm the Athletics Communications Manager here at the University. On behalf of the entire University of Scranton community, I'd like to welcome you all here today. We're proud to recognize 77 senior student athletes today who've been an integral part of the university's athletics program over the last 4 years. This class became a part of the University of Scranton community in the fall of 2013. Some of the major highlights since that time include 14 NCAA tournament appearances and 11 landmark conference championships, along with numerous individual honors on the conference, regional, and national levels. Before we move forward, I'd like to take a moment to recognize our faculty mentors who play an important role in providing guidance to our student athletes. This is the 6th year of the Faculty Mentor Program, and I think we can all agree that it's enhanced the experience for our student athletes here at the university. Thank you to all our faculty mentors. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me tremendous pleasure to introduce Matt Bush, a senior member of the men's soccer team, who will offer his reflections on being a student athlete here at the University of Scranton.
Good morning. Thank you for attending this year's Athletic Department Senior Banquet. As mentioned, my name is Matthew Bush, and I'm a member of the men's soccer team. I would like to start out by thanking the administrators, faculty, and staff for all the work they do behind the scenes, keeping our athletic programs running smoothly. They really do a great job. Next, I would like to thank the parents for their countless hours of driving, humble sacrifices, as well as their undying support for our athletic teams. And finally, the athletes. Thank you for 4 amazing years of excitement, hard work, loss, and championship. Today, as much as I would like to highlight all of those victories, victories, statistics, awards, and honors of our athletic program, I chose not to for 2 reasons. The first is, I only have 5 minutes to speak, so I wouldn't even have enough time to highlight all that we've accomplished. And second, although the championships are wonderful and should be celebrated, they just highlight the end, not the journey. And today, I want to talk about the journey. My freshman year on the men's soccer team was a new, fun, and exciting time that ended in heartbreak. That year, our record was 10 wins, 4 ties, and only 3 losses. Unfortunately, all those losses came in conference play. All we needed was for Goucher to lose to first place Catholic, and I remember sitting in my dorm at my desk trying to get homework done, but instead I was fixed on my computer watching the live tweets. For those of you who don't know, Goucher beat Catholic in the last minute of double overtime on a penalty kick, bumping themselves up to 3rd place and knocking us out of the playoffs. Like I said, heartbreak. The next thing I remember from that night was going to the locker room and sitting in silence with some of my fellow teammates. We knew something had to change. Soon, the silence broke and we made a plan. We didn't want to submit to what happened and just move on. We chose to change. We never wanted what happened at the end of the 2013 season to happen again. And in that moment, sitting in the locker room, a transformation occurred and our journey truly began. From then on, there were no days off. All eyes were set on the most realistic goal of all, making the playoffs. We knew that once that semifinal game came, there would be no stopping us. Our journey on the field was intense, difficult, and rewarding. Practices became tougher, fitness tests became faster, leaders were born. But the journey also took place off the field. With this senior class of the men's soccer team, our intent was to create a championship culture. We wanted to define whom we were and what we wanted to play for. We had meetings every week discussing goals and core values that we wanted to see in the upcoming years. This culture helped our transformation. Freshman year, we simply had a long list of goals, some of which were achieved. Now we have a set of core values, rooted in family, accountability, passion for the game, character, tradition, and championship culture that guide us every day. All this started after that heartbreaking day in the locker room. 2 years later, this group of guys made it to their first playoff. And that year, we won our first Landmark Conference championship. A year later, we did it again, back-to-back championships. Those championships never would have been possible if our journey wasn't so transformative. That's the beauty of Scranton Athletics. It's a journey for all of us that not only changes us from freshman year, but forms us into men and women ready to tackle the world. I would like to make a quick distinction between transformation and flexibility. Flexibility is a much more passive, submissive process where change is simply the dynamic. Transformation, on the other hand, is a much more active process where there is a dual dynamic between change and formation. We, the senior athletes, have actively transformed our lives through our respective sports. We actively changed our futures for the better with this journey that we took. Everyone here should find pride in that, because the journey at times may not have been easy. But here we are, 4 years later, changed and formed. The final point I wish to look at is where we stand at the end of our journey. Our athletic career at the university has transformed us into hard workers, ready to take on any challenge. We are now leaders, holding a sense of accountability for ourselves as well as those around us. We are teammates, a bond of brothers and sisters that we know can never be broken. Now we move on to our next journey, and we transform in new ways. Whether it's a job, grad school, a year of service, we must take our Scranton journey with us to form ourselves in the next step of our lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Great words. Now, our Associate Athletics Director, Toby Lavecchio, and Director of Athletics, Dave Martin, will present the 2017 Merit Awards for Academic Excellence.
Morning, everyone. The Athletics Department Merit Awards have been presented since 1999 to senior student athletes with a cumulative grade point average of at least 3.5 on a 4.0 scale. Before we introduce this year's Merit Award winners, we would like to let everyone know that any student athlete who does not receive a Merit Award today, but his or her GPA rises to a 3.5 or above when you receive your spring semester grades, that you can please get in touch with me or Randy or John, and we'll make sure you get an award. Now, we're proud to present 29 Merit Awards. When I call your name, please step forward and remain up front until everyone has been introduced. We ask that the audience hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. Thank you. Michael Bergen, men's soccer, Human Resources Studies major with minors in Business and Educational Studies. Jimmy Buckley, men's cross country, Counseling and Human Services major with a minor in Educational Studies. Matthew Bush, men's soccer, neuroscience major with minors in biomathematics and philosophy. James Caulfield, men's soccer, finance major with a minor in economics. Marissa Ciarello, softball, community health education major with a minor in psychology. Pat Codaspodi, men's soccer, history major with a minor in psychology. Jessica DePino, women's soccer, accounting major with minors in the business leadership program and finance. Sean Ebert, men's lacrosse, marketing major with a minor in finance. Eric Hintz, men's soccer, international business major with a minor in finance. Patricia Hoffman, women's cross country, biology and philosophy majors with a minor in modern language Spanish. And Catherine Hoffman, women's cross country, biology and philosophy majors with a minor in modern language Spanish. Colin Lamola, men's soccer, exercise science major. Tyler Huggins, men's golf, exercise science major. Emily Machado, women's tennis, middle level teacher education major with a minor in political science. Amanda Maressa, field hockey, nursing major. Danielle Maurice, women's soccer, exercise science major with minors in psychology and coaching. Caitlin O'Sullivan, softball, nursing major. Sarah Payunk, women's basketball, nursing major. Michael Pottinger, men's tennis, biology major with a minor in modern language Spanish. Denise Rizzo, women's basketball, business administration major with a minor in human resources studies. Okay. Taylor Ryan, women's cross country, exercise science major with a minor in psychology. Hannah Sandor, women's swimming and diving, nursing major. Jenna Snyder, softball, occupational therapy major. Emma Summers, women's swimming and diving, psychology major with a minor in counseling and human services. Shannon Stricker, softball, health administration major with minors in business and coaching. Angelica Titer, softball, nursing major. John Vickus, men's basketball, international business major with minors in modern language Chinese and finance. Carolyn Warner, women's soccer, marketing major with a minor in modern language Spanish. And Elizabeth Yori, field hockey, major in early and primary teacher education. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2017 Merit Award recipients.
Thank you, Toby and Dave. Now, here is Steve Klingman, Director of Facilities, to present the Joe Bokikio Awards. Next fall will mark my 45th year with the athletic department at the University of Scranton. I'd like to thank Dave and Toby for asking me to present this award, as Joe is my closest friend before he succumbed to cancer almost 10 years ago. Joe and I shared an office for over half of my 44 years here, and even though we talked every day in the office, we usually spent almost every evening on the phone talking soccer, as all our kids played, and I know this drove our wives crazy, but we couldn't get away from the sport. The Joe Bokikio Memorial Award is given to the male-female team with the highest grade point average during the previous academic year. It's not an overall GPA, but rather the team GPA for the past fall and spring semesters. Joe began his coaching career in 1984, his second year of women's soccer at the University of Scranton, and coached the team for 23 seasons. Year after year, he produced excellence on the field, winning 15 Mid-Atlantic Conference championships and advanced to the NCAAs 11 different times. However, excellence on the field was not the only thing that Joe strived to accomplish with his teams. Excellence in the classroom was also extremely important to Joe. So that is why it's appropriate that the award is given in Joe's memory. Colleen Pivorato, our current women's soccer coach, played 4 years for Joe, and I know she can attest to Joe's mentoring abilities, both on and off the field. As can my daughter Kelly, who played 4 years also for Joe. I personally know how much Joe cared for my daughter Kelly, what a positive influence he was in her life, and all the student athletes that he coached. Some of our youngest coaches on our staff, unfortunately, never met Joe. However, the two coaches whose teams this year are the award recipients both knew Joe very well, so I'm sure this may be more meaningful to them. The Joe Bokikio Memorial Award goes to the softball team with a grade point average of 3.6 and the men's golf team with a grade point average of 3.42. With Ed Karpovich, a good friend of Joe's and the longest tenured coach at the University of Scranton, and Mia Collerini, our softball coach, I know Joe tried to recruit her as a high school soccer player. Could they both come forward with the members of their team to accept the awards? Thank you, Steve, and congratulations to both teams. Here to present our next award, the Bonding Award, is Director of Athletics Dave Martin.
Thanks, Randy. It is indeed an honor for me to present the 14th Annual Bining Award today. This award was created to honor the late Reverend Paul Bining, a native of Pittsburgh and longtime faculty member who died in March of 2004 at the age of 81. Father Bining was a loyal fan of all Royal athletic teams, and this award is presented annually to a member of the University of Scranton community who has made special contributions to our athletics department. You can find the previous award winners in your program. I am extremely honored to make this presentation today. No one has done more for Scranton athletics in recent history than the Reverend Kevin P. Quinn of the Society of Jesus. Father Quinn has been our most ardent supporter and the lightning rod for all the great things that have taken place in Scranton athletics. Some recent and transformational opportunities for our student athletes that have come to fruition during his tenure include the creation and implementation of the Royal Way, the addition of women's golf, the addition of men's and women's track and field, which we will begin in the fall, and most importantly, Father Quinn was the driving force behind getting the Southside Athletics campus moving and built. The Southside project would not have happened without Father Quinn's continued determination and support. So it's only fitting that on Thursday evening at the Board of Trustees dinner, the board recognized his tremendous contributions and made an exciting announcement. And I'm thrilled to be able to share with all of you today that moving forward, the Southside Athletics Campus will be known as the Kevin P. Quinn Athletics Campus. Father Quinn, on behalf of our student athletes, coaches, and staff, I want to thank you for your countless contributions to the University of Scranton and to all of our students. The future is incredibly bright for Scranton athletics, and your leadership is a major reason why that is the case. Thank you. It gives me great pleasure to present you with the 2017 Bining Award.
Thank you very much for that hearty welcome and introduction. Thursday evening, I was simply thrilled and totally surprised when the trustees announced that the athletic campus would be named after me. It is a great honor. And as I say, I noticed a number of our student athletes are Spanish majors. A saying I often like to use when we talk about the future, it was originally the saying of Eusebio Kino, who was apostle to California. Siempre adelante, always forward. The university, always forward. The athletic program, always forward. Let me spend just a few minutes to acknowledge you, our student athletes. Today is a special day. I am very proud to celebrate it with our seniors and with their families. Every year we celebrate student athletes, and I'd like to remind us that here at the University of Scranton we do have student athletes. We celebrate you who have had great success both inside and outside the classroom, and who most importantly are men and women for and with others in all that you do, on the field and off the field. Congratulations to you, the seniors, and to your family, and especially to the parents for entrusting us, your sons and daughters, for the last 4 years. As a Jesuit and Catholic university, we understand the importance that athletics plays in producing a transformational student experience. Given our Catholic and Jesuit identity, as well as our academic reputation, I believe that our university can be the Division III school of choice for student athletes. And the seniors in this room this day prove that this goal is attainable for our university. Now, in order to achieve that goal, we still have some work to do, but we have made great strides through the Royal Way Culture Project. This program, which is currently in its second year, has already made a very important impact on our students, their lives. We are all proud, and especially me as your president, that our student athletes and our coaches are approaching athletics in a unique and powerful way that puts our mission as a Catholic and Jesuit university at its center. In addition, as has been referenced, we are investing in an infrastructure needed for a great athletics program. We've begun the construction of the Southside Athletic Campus. I'm looking forward. Every 2 weeks I get a drone report on progress. 2 weeks ago the drone reported that progress had begun. Today I'm hoping to see actually some construction. This new home will transform Scranton athletics, the university, and the Scranton community at large. More importantly for me, it provides our student athletes with facilities that are worthy of our proud and very competitive tradition. As you can see, we are well on our way to achieve the lofty goal that I set a few years ago. Much of that momentum is due to our current senior students, those you and I have been together for 4 years. I extend my warm best wishes to you as you begin the next phase of your lives. As you venture from our university campus, please know that regardless of how far you are away, you will always have a home here. Please come back often. And lastly, before we enjoy our brunch, allow me to offer a prayer. Let us pray. For food in a world where many walk in hunger, for friends in a world where many walk alone, for faith in a world where many walk in fear, we give you thanks. Loving Father, we thank you for this food and for all your blessings for us. Lord Jesus, come and be our guest and take your place at this table. Holy Spirit, as this food feeds our bodies, we pray you also nourish our souls. We bring this prayer together in Jesus' name, and we say, Amen. May God bless you, may God bless your families always, and may God always bless the University of Scranton. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Father. I think I can speak on behalf of the entire athletics department when I say we're going to miss you and we thank you for your support. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for your favorite part of the program, lunch. The University Dining Service will direct you to the buffet. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, before we move forward with the rest of our program and get you all back out there into this beautiful Scranton weather, we do have one more announcement. There was one, unfortunately, we had an omission on the Merit Awards. There's one more for a men's lacrosse player, Brian Smith, who is a neuroscience with a minor in biochemistry. Brian, I'll send you an email this week. You can come pick up your award in the office. Thanks, buddy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we give out our senior plaques, we'd like to invite you to continue to go up and get coffee, enjoy dessert, get seconds. But here to present our senior plaques is John Gatto, Athletics Communications Assistant.
Thank you, Randy, and good afternoon, everybody. We take great pride in making sure that all our student athletes are properly recognized. When we introduce each team, I will read a brief statement about that team's accomplishments, a more detailed bio of all our honorees engraved upon their plaques. We are also pleased to give each senior a pin commemorating their time as a student athlete here at the university, which can be worn on your gown for the upcoming commencement activities. Before we begin, we ask that all members of the audience hold their applause until all team members have been introduced. At this time, I'm honored to introduce the seniors from the fall sports of men's and women's cross country, field hockey, men's and women's soccer, and volleyball. Will Director of Athletics Dave Martin and the seniors from the men's and women's cross country teams please come forward. The men's and women's cross country teams continue to battle to make their mark in the highly competitive Landmark Conference. The women have finished in the top 4 in the conference in 4 of the last 5 seasons, including second in 2013. While the men finished 3rd this season, their best finish in the past 6 years. Now here are the senior members of the men's team. From Belle Harbor, New York, Jimmy Buckley. From New Providence, New Jersey, Joe Flanagan. And from Lynbrook, New York, Mark County. And now here are the seniors from the women's team. From Jameson, Pennsylvania, Catherine Hoffman. And also from Jameson, Pennsylvania, Patricia Hoffman. Please join me in a round of applause for the members of the men's and women's cross country teams. Will Colleen Moyer and the seniors from the field hockey team please come forward? This year's senior class is one of the most successful in the program's 42-year history, winning 45 games, making 3 Landmark Conference postseason tournament appearances, and advancing to the championship game of the Landmark Tournament in 2013. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the seniors from the field hockey team. The defender from Edwin, New Jersey, Amanda Maresca. And a midfielder from Wayne, New Jersey, Elizabeth Yorey. Please join me in a warm round of applause for the senior members of the field hockey team. Would head coach Matt Pivorato and assistant coach Keith Danley, along with the seniors from the men's soccer team, please come forward. From 1980 through 1983, the men's soccer team advanced to the Final Four of the NCAA Division III championships, making it to the championship match in both 1980 and 1981, under then head coach and current director of facilities, Steve Klingman. This year's senior class helped establish the Royals' national reputation under veteran head coach Matt Pivorato, winning Landmark Conference championships and advancing to the second round of the NCAA tournament in each of the past 2 seasons. This senior class was a part of 45 victories in its 4 seasons. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the seniors from the men's soccer team. A midfielder from Newtown, Pennsylvania, Michael Bergen. A forward from Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, Henry Bonilla. A defender from Mayowa, New Jersey, Matthew Bush. A midfielder from Pennington, New Jersey, James Caulfield. A defender from Rockville Center, New York, Pat Cospati. A midfielder from Mine Hill, New Jersey, Tim DiBisegli. A goalkeeper from South Windsor, Connecticut, Eric Hintz. A goalkeeper from Massapequa, New York, Colin Hamola. And a midfielder from East Islip, New York, Christian Maldonado. Please join me in a round of applause for the senior members of the men's soccer program. With head coach Colleen Pivorato and assistant coach Sarah Jerome, along with the seniors from the women's soccer team, please come forward. The late Joe Bokikio, a native of Scranton, took over the women's soccer program in 1984, 1 year after its founding, and he developed it into a national powerhouse during his 23-year tenure as head coach. One of his former players, Colleen Piverado, has carried on the tradition thanks in part to the contributions from this senior class, winning the Landmark Conference title this past fall, reaching the NCAA Division III tournament in 2013 and 2016. This senior class posted a total of 55 victories over its 4 seasons. Let's meet the seniors from the women's soccer team. A midfielder from Long Beach, New York, Tina Akalski. A forward from McQueen, Pennsylvania, Kelsey Bacon. A defender from Morganville, New Jersey, Jessica DePino. A midfielder from Essex Fells, New Jersey, Kelly Egan. A goalkeeper from Farmingdale, New York, Danielle Maurice. A defender from Morris Plains, New Jersey, Carolyn Warner. And a goalkeeper from Swarthmore, Pennsylvania, Chrissy Welsh. Please join me in a round of applause for the senior members of the women's soccer program. Would head coach Jamie Spangler and his assistants, along with the seniors from the women's volleyball team, please come forward. And in 4 years as head coach, Jamie Spangler has rejuvenated the program, leading the Royals to the Landmark Conference playoffs in each season. The Royals have also won 22 matches this past fall, the team's 3rd straight season of 20 or more wins. This senior class won at least 20 games 3 times and had 82 wins total in its 4 seasons. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here are the seniors from the women's volleyball team. A setter from Merrick, New York, Brittany Caffiero. A libero from Merrick, New York, Danielle Caffiero. And a setter from Wallingford, Pennsylvania, Bailey Woods. Please join me in a round of applause for the seniors on the women's volleyball team. Now let's meet the seniors in the winter sports of men's and women's basketball, men's and women's swimming and diving, and wrestling. With head coach Carl Danzig, assistant coach Ryan Van Zelst, and the seniors from the men's basketball program, please come forward. Of the 19 intercollegiate programs that the university currently sponsors, men's basketball is the oldest, with records dating back to 1960. Among the program's highlights are 2 national championships in 1976 and 1983, 2 other Final Four appearances in 1977 and 1988. Veteran head coach Carl Danzig continues to add to the program's legacy, leading the Royals to 7 Landmark Conference championships in the last 10 years. This year's senior class has added to the program's rich heritage, leading Scranton to 3 Landmark Conference championships, 4 NCAA tournament berths, and 88 victories in their 4 seasons. Let's meet the men's basketball seniors. A guard from Bluebell, Pennsylvania, PJ Kelly. And a center from Mahopac, New York, John Vickus. Please join me in a round of applause for the senior members of the women's basketball program. With Trevor Woodruff and his assistant coaches, along with the seniors from the women's basketball team, please step forward. Even though the women's basketball program is not quite as old as the men's, its history is just as impressive. The Lady Royals won the national championship in 1985 and been to the NCAA championships 29 times. The senior class further enhanced the program's national reputation, winning NCAA tournament berths in each of its 4 seasons, winning the Landmark Conference championship 3 times, and helping the team reach the NCAA Sweet 16 twice and the Elite 8 once. The class also won an impressive 106 games over 4 years. Let's meet our women's basketball seniors. A forward from Schwenksville, Pennsylvania, Sarah Paynock. And a forward from Holly, Pennsylvania, Alexis Roman. Please join me in a round of applause for the seniors of the women's basketball program. Would Mark Yankovich, assistant coaches, and the seniors from the men's and women's swimming and diving teams please come forward. In their 4 seasons, the seniors on the men's swimming and diving team posted a pair of top 4 finishes in the Landmark Conference, including 2nd place this past season. while posting 19 victories in dual meet competition. Seniors from the women's program have a trio of top 3 finishes in the conference, including second in 2014, and picked up an impressive 33 dual meet victories during their careers. Let's meet the swimming and diving seniors, first for the men's team. From Garden City, New York, Matthew Finnegan. From Mechechwa, New Jersey, Justin Irizarry. And from Telford, Pennsylvania, Adam Kirsten. And now here are the seniors from the women's team. From Scranton, Elizabeth Babinski. From Langhorne, Pennsylvania, Natalie Caruso. From Sellersville, Pennsylvania, Caitlin Green. From Lafayette Hill, Pennsylvania, Shannon Richardson. From Bayport, New York, Hannah Sandor. From Seaford, New York, Jessica Schmidt. And from Bridgewater, New Jersey, Emma Summers. How about a big round of applause for the seniors from the men's women's swimming diving teams? With head coach Al Rosamano and his assistant coaches, along with the seniors from the wrestling program, please come forward. The wrestling team has enjoyed a rebirth over the past few seasons, culminating in a school record 15 dual match victories this past season. This year's senior class was part of 38 victories, one of the most successful 4-year stretches in program history. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the seniors from the wrestling team. From Laurel Station, Pennsylvania, Ian Evans. And from Clark, New Jersey, Salvatore Montori. Please join me in a round of applause for our senior wrestlers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the seniors in the spring sports of baseball, men's golf, men's and women's lacrosse, softball, and men's and women's tennis. With the seniors from the baseball team, along with head coach Mike Bartoletti and his assistant coaches, please step forward. Under the guidance of Bartoletti, this year's senior class helped the Royals win 68 games in 4 years, reaching the landmark conference playoffs in 2015 after winning a record 16 games in conference play. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here are the baseball seniors. A pitcher from Old Forge, Pennsylvania, David Cromie. A catcher from Helena, Montana, Dan Hansen. A pitcher from Scarsdale, New York, Sean McNamara. A first baseman and catcher from Harrington Park, New Jersey, Alex Muggio. An infielder from Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, Patrick Odell. And an outfielder from Wayne, New Jersey, Anthony Simone. Please join me in a nice round of applause for the seniors from the baseball program. With the seniors from the men's golf team, along with head coach Ed Karpovich, please come forward. This year's senior class contributed greatly to the success of the men's golf program. One of the team's highlights are 4 top 4 finishes at the Empire 8 Conference Championships, 2 victories at the Anthracite Golf Championships, and a victory at the Utica Invitational. The Royals also won 52 matches during the careers of these 4 seniors. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the men's golf seniors. From Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Connor Carroll. From Harleysville, Pennsylvania, Tyler Huggins. From Stamford, Connecticut, Stephen Lambrincas. Sorry about that. And from Springbrook Township, Pennsylvania, Kevin Nardella. Please join me in a warm round of applause for the seniors in the men's golf. Sage and assistant coach Stefan Sloma, please step forward. This year's senior class has helped the Royals through 4 consecutive winning seasons and 4 straight landmark conference postseason tournament berths. These 8 student athletes are the most successful senior class in men's lacrosse history here at the university, boasting 40 victories in their 4 seasons of play. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here are the men's lacrosse seniors. A defender from Woolwich Township, New Jersey, Sean Ebert. An attackman from Montville, New Jersey, Jake Hampson. A midfielder from Exton, Pennsylvania, Matthias Jones. A midfielder from Bethesda, Maryland, William Joyce. A goalkeeper from Hillsborough, New Jersey, Alex Malecki. A midfielder from Doylestown, Pennsylvania, Patrick Sawyer. An attackman from Ridgewood, New Jersey, John Sheridan. And a midfielder from Montville, New Jersey, Brian Smith. About a round of applause for the seniors of the men's lacrosse program. With the seniors from the women's lacrosse team, along with head coach Cindy Wilson, assistant coach Noel Brilliard, please come forward. The women's lacrosse program has established itself as one of the top programs in the Landmark Conference, qualifying for the playoffs in each of the past 7 seasons, reaching the championship game both last year and this spring. This year's senior class has been a part of 34 victories during their time at the university. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the women's lacrosse seniors. An attacker from Warwick, New York, Megan Kerr. And a goalkeeper from Wayne, New Jersey, Marnie Rossetti. Please join me in a warm round of applause for the women's lacrosse seniors. When head coach Mia Collarine-Wascura and assistant coach Carl Rensheimer, along with the seniors from the softball program, please come forward. During her playing career, Mia Collarine-Wascura was known for her passion and enthusiasm, 2 qualities that have served her well in 6 seasons as the head coach of the softball program. Just this spring, the Royals won 20 games for the 2nd straight season, first time the team has achieved that feat in the program's 41-year history. This year's senior class was a part of 68 victories in their 4 seasons. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the softball seniors, an outfielder from Hicksville, New York, Marissa Ciriello. A catcher from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Jacqueline DeCero. An outfielder from Wayne, New York, Christine Kiefer. An infielder from Monroe, New York, Catherine Kunak. A first baseman from Bensalem, Pennsylvania, Caitlin O'Sullivan. A pitcher from Freehold, New Jersey, Emily Simon. A catcher from Thornwood, New York, Jenna Snyder. A shortstop from Morrisville, Pennsylvania, Shannon Stricker. And an infielder from Bellerose Village, New York, Angelica Tyler. How about a round of applause for our softball seniors? With the seniors from the men's and women's tennis team, along with men's head coach Jack Rubano, please come forward. The senior class on the men's tennis team helped the Royals reach the Landmark Conference playoffs 3 times while winning 29 matches over the last 4 seasons. Our women's tennis senior was a part of 4 Landmark Conference playoff teams, including the 2014 Conference Championship team. She helped the Royals post 43 wins in her 4 seasons. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here are the tennis seniors, beginning with the men. From Wyomissing, Pennsylvania, Michael Pottinger. And from Flanders, New Jersey, Matt Prendergast. Memphis, Tennessee, here is from Fishkill, New York, Emily Machado. Joining me in a round of applause for the seniors for the men's and women's tennis programs. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the senior plaque introductions, and let's once again give all of these seniors a wonderful round of applause for all their accomplishments over the last 4 years. And now Randy Szymanski will conclude the rest of the program.
Thank you, John. We're now at the portion of the program where we'll present several special awards, starting with the Walensky Award. Ron Walensky Award is presented to a member of the senior class who has overcome extreme hardship in his or her athletic career and personal life to excel in both athletics and in personal life. This award has been presented since 1993. This year's recipient overcame a serious health issue during the fall semester to thrive both athletically and academically here at the university. After not feeling well for a few days, he went to the hospital and eventually underwent an emergency appendectomy. Afterwards, doctors told him that his appendix had already burst and an infection had spread. Had he waited another 24 to 48 hours, his life would have been in extreme jeopardy. Once the surgery was over, he wasn't out of the woods though. He was in and out of the hospital for 2.5 weeks due to complications from the surgery, which obviously kept him from returning to school. Once he finally did, he was able to complete all the schoolwork he missed during that time over the final month of the semester and achieve the 3.47 GPA for the term. Obviously, his health scare kept him off the tennis court during the fall semester. When he returned this spring, he helped lead the Royals into the Landmark Conference playoffs by going a perfect 7-0 in conference singles play and 5-2 in doubles, as the team finished 6-1 against conference opponents and earned the number 2 seed in the Landmark Conference playoffs. Later, he was named second team all-conference in singles this season and finishes his career with 22 doubles victories in conference play, tied for 6th most in Landmark Conference history. Would head men's tennis coach Jack Urbano please come forward? Ladies and gentlemen, the 2017 recipient of the Walensky Award is Matt Prendergast. Our next award is the Father Fitzpatrick Award, which is presented to a male and female member of the senior class who has shown outstanding leadership, extraordinary service, and special contributions to not only the university community, but to society in general. It's only fitting that this award is named in honor of the late Reverend John Fitzpatrick. A World War II vet, he joined the Society of Jesus in 1946 and was ordained into the priesthood in 1958. He became a part of the university community in 1965 and served in a variety of roles until his death in 1987. A native of Philly, he served as Dean of Men, Minister, University Chaplain, and Chaplain of the National Alumni Association on campus. He was a longtime booster of the athletics department and founded the club football team that was active from 1967 through 1978. He was such a regular at athletics events that it was only appropriate that the university name its outdoor athletic facility Fitzpatrick Field in his honor in 1986. One of the definitions in the university's mission statement declares that as a Catholic and Jesuit university, the University of Scranton will educate men and women for others who are committed to service and the promotion of justice. This award embodies those ideals. This year's female honoree has used her considerable talents and outgoing personality to help others here on campus and outside the university community. She has worked at a Sarah Care Hospice in nearby Clark Summit for 2 years, first completing 150 internship hours, then staying as a volunteer, providing emotional and spiritual support to patients and families, providing comfort to families during the bereavement process, and visiting clients 3 to 4 times a week. She's also been a part of Big Brothers Big Sisters here in Scranton for 2 years. serving as a role model, mentor, and friend to underprivileged first grade students. She has served as Vice President and Secretary of the Counseling and Human Services Association, organizing meetings and service opportunities. Her volunteer work also includes Big Friends, Little Friends, where she visited a local school twice a week to help underprivileged children with homework and social activities. She has also volunteered at the Gino Murley Veterans Center, the Vacation Bible School, the Montessori Preschool, and with the Girl Scouts of America. As a member of the women's swimming and diving team here at the university, she has volunteered with Swim Across America, helping to raise money to fight cancer. And she has also volunteered at team community service events that include Safe Trick or Treat, Preview Day, ARC, swim and water aerobics for adults with developmental and intellectual disabilities, and swim lessons for local children with disabilities. She was also voted by coaches and teammates as the swimming and diving team's recipient of the Father Diving Team Leadership and Spirit Award this season. Would head swimming and diving coach Mark Yankovic please come forward? Ladies and gentlemen, the female recipient of the 2017 Father Fitzpatrick Award is Jessica Schmidt. This year's male recipient of the Father Fitzpatrick Award has also distinguished himself when it comes to helping others. He has served as a peer facilitator in the university's International Service Program, helping prepare students for a service trip to Belize in a year-long process that included cultural education and community building. He then served as a student leader on the trip in July of 2016. He was also a member of an international service trip to Haiti earlier in his collegiate career. He's also served as a peer mentor in the Spark program here at the university, working with and supporting kids ages 12 to 16 from inner-city Scranton homes. His volunteer work also includes service trips to Mexico and Tennessee with the Companions of St. Francis Xavier. He has also volunteered as a Montessori teacher's assistant and with the Thanksgiving food drive. And he's a member of Tau Upsilon Alpha, the Counseling and Human Services Honor Society on campus. He was also named Landmark Conference Senior Scholar Athlete for men's lacrosse this past fall and was a first-team all-conference selection as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the male recipient of the 2017 Father Fitzpatrick Award is Jimmy Buckley. Our next awards are the Carlissimo Awards, which are given annually to the male and female members of the senior class who have demonstrated both academic and athletic excellence. This award is named in honor of the late Pete Carlissimo, former director of athletics and head football, basketball, and cross-country coach here at the university. A native of Newark, New Jersey, Carlissimo was a prominent figure in intercollegiate athletics. He was a teammate of legendary NFL head coach Vince Lombardi on the football team at Fordham, to which he eventually returned and served as director of athletics after his distinguished career here at the University of Scranton. He was widely recognized for his work in reestablishing the National Invitational Tournament as one of the nation's premier men's basketball tournaments and was the driving force to start the preseason NIT, which is still regarded by basketball coaches as one of the top preseason tournaments in the country. Many of you are probably familiar with his son, PJ, a longtime basketball coach who's currently an analyst with ESPN. The elder Carlissimo, along with his entire family, represent the ideals of a Jesuit education. We're proud to name these awards in his honor. The female recipient of the Carlissimo Award is one of the top female student athletes in history here at the University of Scranton. She was named Academic All-District by the College Sports Information Directors of America this past winter, and was also named the Landmark Conference Senior Scholar Athlete for women's basketball in February. She's a three-time member of the Landmark Conference Academic Honor Roll and has earned Dean's List honors in each semester here at the university. She currently holds an impressive 3.87 grade point average while pursuing her degree in nursing. On the court, she's a two-time All-American selection by both D3 Hoops and the Women's Basketball Coaches Association. She was the Landmark Conference Player of the Year in 2016, the Rookie of the Year in 2014, and was a first-team selection twice and second-team twice. And she ranks in the top 10 in 7 career statistical categories in Lady Royals history, while helping the team win 3 Landmark Conference championships and reach the NCAA Sweet 16 twice and the Elite 8 once. Would women's basketball head coach Trevor Woodruff please come forward? The female recipient of the 2017 Carlissimo Award is Sarah Payon. Like Sarah, this year's male recipient of the Carlissimo Award has distinguished himself in the classroom and in his sport. He'll graduate with degrees in neuroscience and mathematics with a minor in philosophy. As demanding as that sounds, he has an impressive 3.9 cumulative grade point average, the highest among all senior student athletes. This past fall, he was named second-team Academic All-American by the College Sports Information Directors of America, and he was an Academic All-District selection by the same organization in each of the past 2 years. Fittingly, he was named the Landmark Conference Senior Scholar Athlete for men's soccer and was a 3-time Landmark Conference Academic Honor Roll selection. On the soccer field, he was a 4-year starter on defense for the Royals, helping the team capture Landmark Conference championships and advance to the second round of the NCAA tournament in each of the past 2 seasons. He helped the Royals post an impressive 32 shutouts and 45 victories in his 4 seasons, while finishing with 4 assists from his defensive position. Would men's soccer head coach Matt Piverato please come forward? The male recipient of the 2017 Carlissimo Award is Matt Bush. The last awards that we'll present today are the O'Hara Awards, which are given annually to the top male and female athletes in the senior class. The university's been blessed with many talented people since its founding as St. Thomas College back in 1888. A name that stands out among them all, however, is Frank O'Hara, a 1925 graduate who diligently served the university and the needs of students, faculty, and staff for 52 years in his roles as Registrar, Director of Alumni Relations, and Acting President. He passed away in 1977. Affectionately known as Mr. University of Scranton, Frank O'Hara has a building named after him on campus, and the Office of Alumni Relations' Most Distinguished Awards are also named in his honor. The athletics department has been granting the O'Hara Award to its top male athlete of the senior class since 1970 and to its top female athlete since 1979. This year's female winner has etched her name in the Scranton record books as one of the most accomplished female athletes in school history. She's a 2-time All-American selection by both D3Hoops.com and the Women's Basketball Coaches Association, and was the D3Hoops.com Middle Atlantic Region Player of the Year in 2016, as well as a first-team All-Region selection in each of the past 2 seasons. She was the Landmark Conference Player of the Year in 2016 and a first-team choice in 2016 and 17. That came on the heels of being named Rookie of the Year in 2014 and second team in 2014 and 2015. And she's a 4-time Landmark Conference Athlete of the Week and 4-time University of Scranton Athlete of the Week. The numbers she put up on the basketball court are simply astounding. She finished her career as the university's all-time leading rebounder with 1,099 career rebounds. She ranks second in school history in career assists with 511, third in career blocks with 165, third in career free throw attempts with 422, fourth in career free throws made with 337, sixth in career free throw percentage at 79.9, eighth in career steals with 221, and 12th in career points with 1,319. And she had 4 career triple-doubles, all in points, rebounds, and assists, the most in school history, men or women. She was a 4-year starter for the Lady Royals, leading the team to 3 Landmark Conference championships and 4 NCAA tournament appearances, including Sweet 16 appearances in 2014 and this past season, and an Elite 8 appearance in 2016. And here's what's probably the most impressive number of them all. The NCAA is able to sort its women's basketball statistics back to the year 2000. In the 18 seasons since then, she is the only player in NCAA Division III to finish a career with at least 1,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists. Would women's basketball head coach Trevor Woodruff please come forward? Ladies and gentlemen, the female recipient of the 2017 O'Hare Award is Sarah Payoff. For the first time since 2009, we have co-recipients in the male category for the O'Hare Award, which will be presented in alphabetical order. Our first co-recipient put together one of the most impressive careers as a goalkeeper in University of Scranton men's soccer history. His leadership and poise in goal helped the Royals solidify themselves as one of the premier men's soccer programs in the Landmark Conference and the region over the past 4 years. He was a 4-year starter who appeared in 73 career games, finishing with a record of 42, 20, and 10. He posted 24 shutouts and a 0.92 goals against average while making 212 saves with a 763 save percentage. He ranks 3rd in school history in career goals against average, tied for 4th in career shutouts, and 11th in career saves. He was a first-team All-Mid-Atlantic Region selection by the National Soccer Coaches Association of America this past fall, and he was a first-team All-Landmark Conference selection in 2015 and second team in 2016. During his career, the men's soccer team went 45, 20, and 10, and he helped lead the team to back-to-back Landmark Conference titles each of the past 2 seasons. But he and the Royals weren't done there, going on to reach the second round of the NCAA tournament both years. Would men's soccer head coach Matt Pivorato please come forward? Our first male co-recipient of the O'Hare Award is Eric Hintz. Our second co-recipient of the O'Hare Award distinguished himself as one of the top post players in men's basketball history here at the university. His skill around the basket at both ends of the court made him an unstoppable force on offense and a shot-blocking machine on the defensive end. He was first-team All-Middle-Atlantic District selection and a D3Hoops.com All-Mid-Atlantic Region choice this past season. He was named Landmark Conference Defensive Player of the Year as a junior and a senior, earning second-team All-Conference honors in 2016 and first-team in 2017. And he was named the Landmark Conference Championship MVP after leading the Royals to the title this past February. He was also a 3-time Landmark Conference Athlete of the Week and a 2-time University of Scranton Athlete of the Week. In his 4 seasons, he played in 104 games, 59 as a starter, including all 56 games over his final 2 seasons. Despite playing less than 10 minutes a game over his first 2 seasons, he finished his career with averages of 9.0 points, 5.3 rebounds, 1.1 blocks, and 0.9 assists. In his final 2 seasons alone, he averaged 14.6 points, 8.0 rebounds, 1.8 blocks, and 1.5 assists per game. He's the school's all-time career leader in field goal percentage at 63.1%, and he finished second in the country in field goal percentage as a junior and 14th as a senior. And he was a member of 3 Landmark Conference championship teams and 4 NCAA tournament teams, including the 2015 and 2017 teams that advanced to the second round. Would men's basketball head coach Carl Danzig please come forward? The second male co-recipient of the 2017 O'Hare Award is John Vickus. Before I turn things over to Dave here for his closing remarks, I'd like to ask the recipients of the Walensky, Fitzpatrick, Carlissimo, and O'Hare Awards to see me up front here when we're done for a group photo. Now I'll turn it over to Dave Martin, Director of Athletics, who will offer closing remarks.
Thanks, Randy. As I made my way over here today from the Long Center, I thought how appropriate given the spring that we had that is pouring down rain. But it hasn't put a damper on today. What an outstanding day. Congratulations to all of our seniors, to all of our award winners. It had to have blown the parents here away. 30 of our, we have 77 senior student athletes. 77 seniors chose to stay on the bus and made it through their college athletics careers. 30 of the 77 received merit awards. That is just unbelievable, and a tribute to all of you, so congratulations. I would be remiss if I did not mention or pay tribute to the job that Matt Bush did up here. Matt, outstanding job, well said. You are a fine representative of this whole group. Thank you very much, great job. About 3 weeks ago, I had the opportunity to go up to the Glenmora National Invitational, Collegiate Invitational, a golf tournament that we had. And Eddie Karpovich, who's our head golf coach, I've known Eddie, we've been friends for 25 years. And Eddie always puts me in my place. So I told Eddie I was coming up. I pull in the parking lot, and Eddie pulls up with a cart, and he says, get in, I'm putting you to work. And he gets me a golf cart, and he hands me the lunch tickets, and he says, you're going to be the guy that shuttles our players. We have 2 teams there. So my job was to shuttle guys from number 9 green down to the number 10 tee box, which is about it's impossible to walk. So I would drive them down, we'd stop at the halfway house, get lunch, and take guys down to the tee box. And it was great, and then I had an opportunity to spend 15 or so minutes with our golf team. And one of the conversations really stuck out with me, and that afternoon I knew that I was going to use that here this afternoon. Kevin Nardella, who's one of our seniors who's here, Kevin gets in the cart and we start reflecting. He starts reflecting on his 4 years. And a couple of things that he said really hit home with me, and I think they probably strike a chord with all of you as well. He said, I can't believe how quickly this time has gone. The time has just flew by. It's unbelievable. And he went on to tell me that, he said, you know, Coach, I'm really going to miss the free golf, which we all can relate to that. But he said to me, the thing that I'm really, and this is unsolicited, he said, the thing that I'm really going to miss is my golf family, my brothers. You know, the relationships that I have built here are relationships that will stay with me for the rest of my life. He said, the friends that I've made here, I will never, ever forget. And, you know, I think any of us that have been involved in team sports or sports at all, I think we can all relate to that. My hope is that all of you are walking out of here with that same feeling. We're not going to remember the score with the game we played against Catholic, although if we beat them, we might. We're not going to remember, the things that we'll remember are the bus trips and the 6 a.m. practices and the things where we built relationships. And I think it's so important. I hope that every person in this room walking out of here today can say that, you know what, I made friendships and relationships that are going to last a lifetime for me, and they will. The friends that you've made here in college, your teammates, they'll be with you forever. And 10 years, 20 years, 30 years down the road, when you come back, you're not going to talk about the game against Catholic or the game against Juniata. You're going to laugh about all the other stuff that you did. And that's really what's important. So congratulations to each and every one of you. You've made it. You stayed on the bus. I would be remiss if I didn't thank some folks here that really play an integral part of who we are and what we do. There's a lot of work that gets done behind the scenes. Matt had alluded to that. There's an awful lot of work that gets done behind the scenes to make the games happen and make the experience happen. So I just want to take a brief minute and thank those folks that are responsible for that. First, I want to thank Toby Levecki, our Associate AD, and Steve Klingman, our Athletic Facilities Manager. These two guys have been around Scranton Athletics forever. They care so deeply about our student athletes, and they have provided great counsel to me since I've been here. So thank you for all that you do. I would ask that our entire coaching staff please stand up. Our coaching staff. You know, we're very fortunate. Yeah. We are very fortunate to have this group of coaches. You know, the work that they put in, the time that they put in, they work incredibly hard. But even more importantly than that, they truly care about our student athletes. They care about kids. That's why they do. None of them are getting rich. They're here because they care about kids and they care about your student athletes. And we're fortunate to have the staff that we do, and I appreciate all that they do. Eric Eckenrode, many of you know Eric's name, but may not know his face. Eric is our Director of Athletic Development. Eric works very closely with all of our coaches in putting together fundraising activities. He's the guy he's the driver behind the Carlissimo Golf Tournament. He does incredible work for us in athletics, helping us to raise additional money so that we can provide the type of transformational experience that we want for our student athletes. Eric, thanks for all you do. Dr. Dammer, who is our faculty athletic representative, he was here earlier. He said he had to leave and go correct papers. He was worried about Anthony Simone's last test. He had to get that done. Harry was here and had to leave, but as our faculty athletic representative, Harry's unbelievable. He's always there when we need him. He's the guy if we have a student athlete who has a conflict and we're getting squeezed, I can't miss a test, that type of thing. Harry's the guy that gets involved and really helps steady the waters for us and does great work for us. So if you see Dr. Dammer, please tell him thank you for all that he does for us. You get Kristen Stella and Mike Schweitzer, they're our athletic trainers. And, you know, with our athletic training staff, along with our athletic communication staff, there is no end of the season for them. You know, we have fall sports, we have winter sports, we have spring sports. Our athletic training staff is in season all year round. They do an incredible job, spend an unbelievable amount of hours here. I would ask our student athletes, if through the course of your 4 years, if either Mike or Kristen has helped you in some way, take the time to tell them thank you. It's incredible the amount of time and effort they put in and the amount of care that they have for our programs. Kristen and Mike, thanks for all you do. I mentioned earlier Father Quinn. Along with Father Quinn, I mentioned Bobby Davis. Bobby is our Chief of Staff, and Bobby Davis is the person that we report to in athletics. We're really fortunate to have an administration that understands the role that athletics plays on a campus like ours. And Bobby's a huge advocate for us, and we certainly appreciate all that he does for us. My biggest thanks, honestly, of the evening, I'm going to embarrass her. I'm going to ask Aaron McGuire to stand up. I'm going to tell you, Aaron McGuire does everything. And she's our operations person in the office. Every one of our staff members, including myself, would tell you that we do not function without her. She's a machine. She's incredible. She's responsible for doing all of this here today and organizing it, putting on. Erin, thank you from all of us for all that you do for athletics. Parents, thank you very much for being here today. Thank you so much for sharing your sons and daughters with us for the last 4 years. It's been a great ride, and we appreciate, I've gotten to know many of you being at athletic contests. We appreciate all that you do. I know the sacrifice that you all make, and it's incredible, and we certainly appreciate you making the effort to be here today, so thank you very much, parents. Finally, again, to our student athletes, I can't say enough how much we appreciate not just what you do, but how you do it. You represent us in a first-class manner. We're really blessed to have great students here at the University of Scranton, and we're really blessed to have outstanding kids in our athletics program, and we appreciate it. We wish you all the best of luck. Take what you've learned here and apply it to life. It's going to bode well for you. You're going to do well. Please remember, as the Royal Way says, wherever you go, whatever you do, we are Royals. We expect to see you back here. We hope you come back and visit us, get back here and support your teammates. But thank you to each and every student athlete for all that you do. We appreciate it. Lastly, happy Mother's Day. Thank you again for being here. Safe travels in your journeys homes. Seniors, don't blow off finals. Good luck with the final exams. Go Royals. Thank you.